as Nicholas said, we're medical students here at Leeds, currently taking a year out to study health informatics. We've called this presentation Finding a Niche because what we want to talk about is not the course, but the things that we've started to do outside of the course. So we've basically had a really interesting 2 years where we've been travelling around the world, taking on different projects, meeting some really exciting people, and working on some really interesting stuff. What we've basically done with support from Leeds University and in particular from Spark, the Enterprise Centre here, we've found something that we're really passionate about, found a bit of a niche, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'll let Omair tell you what it is we actually do.
Yeah, so as said before, medicine is quite hard and there's a lot of things that you have to do. But what we found was that we wanted to use different techniques and different skills that we've learned over time to try and put those two together and make something that's actually quite fun for us and a way for us to engage with our course better, but as well as improve the engagement of other students. So what we did was we used technology and medical problems and put it together to try and find solutions. So two of the apps that we created was Conditions and Formulary. This is something that doctors and medical students could walk around on the wards, take out the phone quickly and find really basic but very useful information about drugs and clinical conditions. What we also did was, in 4 days, we created this website called Gendered Reactions in Sweden. It basically lets you put in the name of any drug and find the side effects by gender. And one of the things we found was that men don't really complain about side effects as much as women. No idea why.
This is some of the places that we've been travelling just in the last few months. That's me in Los Angeles for a sort of healthcare technology conference. Omair in Amsterdam with some of the guys we were working on cases with. One of the things we did there was developing an app for autistic children. The main thing that we're working on at the moment is MyCQs. So this was the first thing that we actually did together. It's a social learning app for students, and it basically solves the problem of a lot of the way students learn at the moment is reading through a textbook or sort of, falling asleep, going over and over again, hoping that eventually something will stick. We thought of a much more interesting way to learn. What if we could get students to create their own test questions, practice them on the go, and then share them with their friends? So how do we go about doing that?
Well, apps don't really create themselves, and you have to find someone to do it for you if they have the skills, or you have to learn to do it yourselves, and that's the thing that we decided to do. Because of the fact that we really were involved in the development of the app and the website, we could actually hone in on the kinds of things that we wanted to deliver to students. The first version of MyCQs came out about 2 years ago, and it's so basic, but it did the job. Create, practice, and share questions. We got some feedback from our friends, from our colleagues, and over time we've developed it further to something that it is now, which is a really fantastic website and a free mobile app. Obviously, if it's something that you're going to do for business, you have to learn a little bit about business development. So we've been speaking to people, especially at Spark, on how to actually take it from a hobby project into something that we can actually make money from and make it sustainable. And James will talk about that a bit further.
Yeah, so coming from a science background, sometimes how business works can seem a bit daunting, but we bump into sort of scientists, engineers, physicists, etc. all the time, and they've got great business ideas picked up from things that they see in their day-to-day life, but they don't necessarily have the training on how to take it forward. If that's you or that's someone you know, I'd really recommend going and speaking to Spark. They've been a fantastic resource for us. They've provided mentorship and funding, most recently office space on campus in Leeds, and just really help us take it to the next level. Omair's going to tell you what the next steps are.
Right, so MyCQs is used all over the world, but you can see from this map where students and universities are using it currently in the UK and the United States. And the next step for us is to engage with the universities and actually create a dashboard for them. So we're talking to University of Leeds and Karolinska Institute, and the next step for us are to create this dashboard where universities can create tests for their students, get information from them, and actually personalise their learning outcomes for the students themselves.
So there's no roadmap to success here. There's a lot of failures that we've gone through as well as successes, but a few sort of points, take-home points. Definitely find your passion, whether that's sort of being an expert in one particular field or maybe combining two different fields to do something a bit different. It'll be the sort of thing that you wake yourself up in the morning with, then you have to drag yourself away at night if you really engage with it.
You should also hone your craft, so once you finish what you're doing, you shouldn't just throw it out there and leave it be. You should also try and perfect it, really criticise yourself on what you're doing, and then you'll get a product that you can stand behind and show it to other people and be happy with it.
And the first thing I'd say is that, ironically, don't go out trying to start a business. Go trying to add value somewhere or trying to solve a problem in something that's a problem in your field. So that's what we've been doing in medicine and with the studies. And a lot of the time there will be a business idea you can form around it, in which case you're really lucky to be at Leeds because there's fantastic support structures around you. And also there's other sort of national events, things like Shell Livewire and places to get funding. So we'll be around after if anyone wants to talk to us or go pop into Spark. Thank you very much.